Hello guys, TavHD here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is a very old laptop, and for once this is not an Apple laptop, this is a Compaq, and in particular it is an Evo N600C. I did just have to check that because I know absolutely nothing about this machine. This isn't the sort of machine I would usually buy or feature on this channel, but I got this along with 3 other computers for a very good deal. I ended up paying £20 for 4 computers. I don't know if any of them work. They've all had the hard drives removed, and today we're going to take a look at this Compaq laptop. So if all 4 cost £20, I'm going to say each one cost about £5. So this here is a £5 Compaq laptop, which, even if it doesn't work, I think that is a pretty good deal for what this thing is. And it does look to be in pretty good condition. You wouldn't know that this is probably an over 20-year-old device. I'm not exactly sure when this thing came out, but looking at the sticker on the palm rest, it says designed for Microsoft Windows 2000 Professional on 98, so 2000 must have been out. I'm going to say this is somewhere around the year 2000. If it was later than that, it would probably have XP on it or something like that. I'm going to say this thing's about 22 years old, something like that. So today we're going to take a look around this and we're going to see if it boots up. I'm not going to put a drive in it or anything like that, I don't think. That will be for a separate video. Today we're just going to take a look around this thing. So first off, let's just take a look at the lid. And this is almost like a book. Everything is sideways on it. So it says Compaq shiny metal at the top there. Then down here we've got a nice silver section, and this just says Evo on it. So this must be from the Evo line, and then this is the N600 in the Evo line. And this is in great condition. There is some light scratches and scuffing on here, but really nothing to write home about. And the seller told me that he bought this laptop for his father, who is now dead, probably about 20 years ago, and it was hardly ever used. So this thing should work, and it should be in pretty nice condition. And the reason I bought all these computers is basically to get them working and sell them on. But this one, I quite like this, so I might keep a hold of it if it works. If it doesn't, I might just sell it like 20 quid, spares and repairs. I'm sure someone would want this for that much. Even if I sold this for just £20, that's made my money back on the other 3 computers as well. So that really wouldn't be too bad. But let's just look at the front. So here on the front we have our sliding thing to open the hinge. This is back in the time that you had to do that and you couldn't just open the lid, they were locked down. We've got headphone out, microphone in, and a microphone on the front there. Here we've got, I'm guessing, volume up and down to change the volume on the computer. I'm guessing that's an infrared there, although I'm not too sure. Then we've also got some status LEDs there for some different things as well. I'm guessing power, battery charging, hard drive activity, and floppy activity. So this thing could have a floppy drive in it, but if we turn it around to the side, we do not have that. It looks like it has been taken out at some point, if that's where it went. So over here we've got an Ethernet, 2 USBs, I'm guessing 1.1 at this point in time. This is probably quite close to the start of USB even being a thing. It's pretty cool to see those on here. Air vent there, I'm guessing that's where we could put a floppy, and we've got 2 expansion ports in here. There they both are. We've just got some blanks in there for now. Moving around to the back, this is where we've got most of our ports. Old computers always had them on the back, and to be honest, I think that's probably the best place for them if you're using your laptop at a desk, so they're kind of out of the way. But if you're using it on the go, I prefer them to be on the side just because they're a bit more accessible. But here we have quite a few things. Over here is our charger input. I believe that's a combined PS2 port. We've got old-fashioned connectors here, VGA, I know that. Don't actually know what these are, can't remember the name. That looks like a serial port there, and I think that's composite out, if you so desire. On the other side, we've got an optical drive. This is for compact discs, not DVDs, and I highly doubt this is a writer or anything like that, but that is there. I guess if this thing works, we can test that out if we want to. And we've also got a lock on it there, as well, so no one steals your Compaq, and I'm guessing this would have cost quite a lot back in the day. On the bottom we've got some information as well as a fan, so that's where most of our cooling is coming from. some information on here, product of Taiwan. That is quite cool. More information over here, Compaq Computer Corporation. I'm guessing this is before HP got involved with Compaq. And here it does say Evo N600C. We've also got a Windows 98 SE license sticker on here. It looks like 98 SE is installed, not 2000, even though 2098 are listed. Of course, user replaceable battery. Let's see if we can slide that out. There we are. I highly doubt this holds any charge, but there we go. This is an original Compaq battery, and the guy I got these from was telling me that he's not sure if the batteries work or not, but to be completely honest, I really don't care. This thing is so old and just so cool. Whether the battery works or not doesn't really make a difference, and realistically probably won't work being 20 odd years old. I'm not really having much use. I don't really think batteries like just sitting, just like they don't like always being plugged in and all that. So I know, might work, might not. Who knows, but let's now slide the latch and open this thing up. And there we are. I'm guessing this is a 13 or 14 inch screen, although I honestly don't know. I know nothing about this machine, so if I can find anything out, I will put some specs up on the screen for you to read. Of course, it's being really old, there's no webcam or anything at the top. We've got fairly thin bezels, I would say. They are no thicker than the ones on my Retina MacBook Pro, really. This screen's looking very clean. There is some smudging on it, but there is no scratching, so that is good. There's some hair and just like fluffy stuff, but that will all come off. I have given it a quick wipe over, but I will do a more detailed clean if everything works out as it should. And this is one of those old computers where the hinge goes back really fast. You can almost have it flat. That's always quite cool, but we don't need to do that today. If we take a look above the keyboard, we've got some things. Power button there, that is blue. We've got our lights for caps lock, num lock, and I'm guessing scroll lock as well. Up here we've got 4 buttons which look like they have little pictures on them. I can't really see. I think one of them is home, one's email, the others might be internet as well as something else. Over here we've got a slider. Don't actually know what that's for. It's got a little picture, almost like a circle with a bit cut out of it, then another circle above it. Not sure what that is, but then we've just got our keyboard. This is a pretty standard looking keyboard from an old laptop, and we've got a little nub in the middle. It looks like it's going a bit crusty, but that's a cool thing to see. I don't actually have any computers that have one of those, so that's quite a nice thing to see. I guess we'll see if that does anything, if we can get this thing to boot up. And down here we've got a little trackpad. This was probably quite big for back in the day, but now this will be considered to be quite small. It's quite a nice feeling one. 2 buttons at the bottom, 2 at the top. That does look very cool. I do quite like top buttons. They are very nice. And down here, as I've already mentioned, we've got our Windows 2098 sticker, as well as a sticker saying what process we've got in here. So we've got an Intel Pentium 3M in here. That is pretty cool to see that these original stickers are still on here and in such good condition. The Intel one is textured as well. That's actually really nice to still see. Then we've got an original sticker down here as well. Important notice: for comfortable and safe use, please read the safety and comfort guide. That's an awesome thing to still see on here. Most people would have just ripped these stickers off, but yeah, they're still on here, and this thing looks really nice. It is like a really nice and original looking computer in great condition. It's rare to find such old things that have been looked after so well, especially for so cheap. Like I said, pretty much £5 for this. I really don't think I can go wrong. Even if it doesn't work, I can still sell it or just keep it because it's just so cool. So I guess I'll go get the charger, because I do have the charger for this. We'll plug it in and let's just see if anything happens. Alright, I plugged the cable into the laptop. I'm now going to plug the other end in. Hopefully we should get a light at the bottom of the palm rest indicating that it is charging, as long as it does have the capability to do so. So it is now plugged in. Is anything going to show up? Aha! Not sure if you can see that, but there is a little orange light showing, indicating that the battery is charging. But let's now just press the power button and see if anything happens. Got a green light that just flashed on there. Lights coming on up there. Think this is going to do something. Compaq, Christopher, and it's checking through loads of kilobytes up there. That's cool. quite a dim screen, so I don't think you can really see that. But it is indeed showing something. This is actually quite a nice looking screen. There's quite a lot of light bleeding at the bottom, but this is an old screen. I don't really know what I'm expecting. Still checking through up there. Once that checks it all, it should do something. Beeping. Options not set. The following configuration options were automatically updated. Total memory installed, 131,072 kilobytes. CMOS checksum invalid. Default values loaded. So I'm guessing the internal battery is dead on this thing. Let's press F10 and go into computer setup. Setup password. Well, I don't know if there's a password on this. Oh dear. Not really sure what it wants now, so let's just turn this off. And let's now just try that again. Let's see if we can not do that. Alright. Non-system disk or disk error. Replace and strike any key when ready. So this is indeed saying that we don't have a boot drive in this thing. Let's just press a key. Yep, there is nothing to boot off on this thing. I'm just going to press the button on the optical drive to see if that does anything. Yeah, the optical drive opens. So I wonder if I put an old version of Linux or something on a DVD and put that in, whether that would do anything. It might be worth giving that a go. I might have one of those, so I think I'll go just have a look, put this in and see if we can boot off that, almost like a live install, and just see if this thing does anything from that. Okay, I just found this from a Linux magazine. Side A CentOS 64-bit, Side B Linux Lite 32-bit. Because this is such an old computer, I'm guessing I'll need the lightest version of Linux I can find. So I'm going to try side B. I'm guessing side B is a side with no writing on it, so if I put it in that way up, it should load the light version of Linux. So let's just put this thing in, see if it spins up. If it does, let's see if it can boot off it. I'm honestly not sure if it has that capability or whether it's compatible with this, but let's just give it a go. I honestly don't know if this thing has the capability to boot off the optical drive. Probably doesn't, considering its age. I can hear the disk keeping spinning up, then spinning down. So either there's an error with the drive, or it literally does not have the ability to do this. So I'm going to turn it off, or not. Let's turn it off with the disk in the drive, then let's turn it back on. This might be a DVD that I've put in. I honestly don't know. But let's now just see what happens if I boot it up with the disk in the drive. So I can see that the drive is doing something. The light keeps coming on for the floppy disk. I'm guessing it means both drives when it does that. Yeah, we've come up to the same bit again. So let's turn it off. Turn it back on and press F10 again to see if we can get into the sort of BIOS without getting locked out. So it's entering setup. If this is password protected, then we're going to be a bit screwed. Still saying it's entering. Optical drive light is on, so it is doing something. If we can get into the BIOS, then it might give us an option to boot from the optical drive. No, set up password. I don't know if it wants me to set up a password or whether it wants a password for setup. I might just be being stupid and can't think properly. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get into there because I don't know a password. And it doesn't seem to want me to type anything, so I don't know. I really don't know. So let's just shut that thing down again.